Hello, big beautiful world. Today, Neofly. Neofly in this. I'm calling it the flying mood ring. For any of you cats born in the 60s or 70s or 80s, you'll probably know what a mood ring is. Here in Australia, they were freely available and they did the strangest things to the strangest people. I think they were just a sort of heat sensitive polymer off the top of my head, and they sort of picked up on human temperature.
Transporter, cargo is loaded. You can start your mission.
Let's get flying and talk about love. What a week, what a week, what a working week that was. Come on, get that airspeed alive, peeps. Get it alive. Get us up in the air where we belong.
Transporter, good flight.
Alright, so today we're going from Longwarry here in Gippsland down to our beautiful little town of Leongatha. Hopefully passing other little beautiful towns in the process. And Neofly. What do I make of it? I've had it in for about a week now. This is probably my 6th or 7th time poodling about with it. I've watched, I think it's Arishana's training videos with it. He's an amazing cat. He's a really amazing guy. The stuff he knows. But yeah, should actually cam back and get a bit of speed up, eh? We could. So yeah, I can see what you can do with the bots and the AI and creating your own little flying firm and so on, and I'll get round to that eventually, but now I just wanted to see what it was in conjunction. The thing, ladies and gentlemen and otherwise, is that I really dig about this is I had no idea there were so many cool little strips excuse me please in my own backyard. It's really cool. It's you know, it's kind of opened my eyes as to what's actually oh, what a gorgeous day out it is. It's actually early evening here, folks. It'll be quite dark and misty and cold by now, but here, this is what it'd look like at the stroke of midday, thereabouts. Yeah, beautiful, just gorgeous. And we'll be heading out over these rolling and gentle hills, and we'll be passing one of my other half and my favourite little places, a little town called Currambara, nestled in the foothills down this way. Won't need to go up too high. I'm going to try and keep the speed up at around 1500 should be cool. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun flying out of Tooradin up to as far as West Kinglake, north of Melbourne, over the other side to St Leonard's, over the other side of the bay, Western Port down here, down this way. What you can see down over there on the horizon. It's just really good. Making a few bob, a few bucks here and there. Yeah, we're just heading down to Leongatha. The other big thing that I really dig from watching a couple of the vids is I punched in things like the Cessna, actually any of the Cessnas? No, I didn't want any of the Cessnas. The Beech 18, the Beech 17, the Stagger Wing, and the Beech 18 twin fin, as well as the Electra E10. So I'll probably end up pursuing buying those, take out $1 million loan in this thing and just try and see what I can do in the beaches, because that would be cool. And I really do want to get to become intimate with both the E10 and especially the Beech 18. I love flying that thing around. And yeah, I'm loving that. So yeah, I just watched a couple of Arishana's vids on how to punch in new aircraft into Neofly. I mean, it'd be great if it had a macro or some kind of PowerShell or something that could ascertain, knowing when you've loaded new aircraft or whatever. But I don't think that's in the JSON files or any real way to distinguish that or between that or anything else in the community or even the Asobo, the central folder itself. That being said, it's easy enough to punch in manually, 10 figures and you're there. You punch in any aircraft you want. So that's really cool. I'm not sure what Neofly 4 will introduce in that respect, but as it stands, I will be the first to confess, it's a much more fun product. It's a far funner product than even I expected. I thought it was going to be too gamey, but I'm actually really loving it. I'm ashamed to admit. Well, I'm not so ashamed to admit. I really do dig Neofly at the moment. Let's see. John, no. Yeah, we're going for. We'll come in and we'll come in on. You know what? Let's do it.
Yankee Lima Echo Golf, traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 17 miles north, 2,300 feet inbound to land runway 18.
Brillo. Look, I'll be the first to admit, people, it's been a tough week work-wise, and I am absolutely knackered. But this is restoring my faith in life, humanity, love, laughter, and the little blue-green ball upon which we all dwell. I hope your week is going well. I hope your weekend will go even better, wherever you are in the world. Love, mung beans, and all good things to you. This livery on this 152, honestly, could I really look at that sort of ray tracing? Look at the reflections and refractions. It's just very much a flying mood ring, isn't it? Really, it really is. I expect if I walked out and touched the strut, it'd turn a nice deep hue, blue hue or royal purple hue or something, and say, flying lyre, you're at one with the universe today. Never mind me, people. I am sillier than I ordinarily am because I'm doing this and I love this. And it is a nice way to detox after, like I said, a decidedly difficult week at work. Now that, potentially, could that be Curraburra over yonder? That could be Curraburra over yonder. Little town. I'm guessing, I think it might just be, people. Either way, it's all good. This is just a beautiful part of the world. These gentle rolling hills, little dips and valleys everywhere. Looks decidedly English, and I don't say that because of the often or seemingly generic qualities of MSFS2020, although I'm sure we agree it can all look decidedly somewhat samey after a while. But in fact, no, this is what it actually looks like. It looks like, I don't know, the what, Suffolk, is it the Suffolk Downs? Sussex Downs? No, Suffolk Downs. Over in England. Reminds me of parts of just between Barnsley and Rotherham where I lived up in Yorkshire. Yeah, it's something decidedly English quality. Let's head over this way. You should be able to tell by the way you come up the main street here. But yeah, it's Neofly impresses me. Like I said, I've only done about 5 or 6 local trips in it. This will probably be my 6th or 7th. And it is a good hoot. It's a really good hoot. Fly from Tooradin over to Druin and Longmorrie and the town of Bunyip, which is weird because Tooradin actually means Bunyip in a Warrington, local Warrington. And Bunyip is also the Weewarring, so the different tribes brought a similar tribe. The First Peoples down here. I think it's Turadan, yeah, something like that. And it means the same thing, bunyip, effectively. And for those of you who don't know what a bunyip is, it's a swamp monster. And it's part of most of our First Peoples dreamings. And if you don't know what a dreaming is, their origin story, or their ancestors' origin stories. And one thing I love about the Australian Indigenous, our First Peoples origin stories and dreamings, is that for the most part, their ancestors, wherever they walked, they sang the world into existence. And I know that has tie-ins with the Yoruban people over in Nigeria. You know, off the top of my head, I think it also has some not too dissimilar tie-ins with even the people of Sweden. The Vikings of Scandinavia, Denmark, Norway, Sweden. It's a very, where ancestors sung the world into existence. Could you think of anything more perfect than having your grandma and grandma be walking through space and seeing existence in behind them? That everything should be brought about by a song. To me, I don't know. That's just all kinds of perfection. But yeah, so the Bamwarang and the Warang people down here, for obvious reasons, they roamed and absolutely, the central figure for most of our tribes here in Australia, our First Peoples here in Australia. And it's really cool. The bunyip is arguably an often misunderstood creature because, supposedly haunting the swamps and the billabongs. But I think there are reports and amongst certain mobs, amongst certain tribes, that the bunyip is actually very benign and a healthy guardian. And it's for great care for nature. And I find that really, really lovely.
Yankee Lima Echo Golf, traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 9er miles northwest 1,600 feet inbound to land runway 18.
So, MS News of the Week. What's MS News of the Week? Well, I think it's a big news of the week. There's a whole lot of add-ons that have come out. Two-Tone Murphy and Mike at Overkill, and I think even Rachel at Ab Angel, she must have, they've all done some cool add-ons this week. So I hope you cats get along and check those out as well, because they're all kind of the staple godparents of all MSFS 2020 stuff. They've been around since its inception, and their word is always good counsel in terms of products and aircraft. And I have a great deal of respect for all those cats, all the content creators up here, as you cats may know from watching any previous videos, if you've been foolish enough to do that. But the one thing that I have noticed up at fselite.com, who Overkill gives running commentaries on all the time, is they've released the SG-38, which is a Schulglider, the school glider, pre-World War II German glider that they all trained on. And it is, I think it's really cheap. It's less than $10 Oz, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'll definitely be grabbing it, even though I'm not really a glider person. I keep persisting. There's the, is it the Schlemperhead? Yeah, the Schlemper, I think, or Schemper, from 1961. That's pretty cool, but I'm having a bugger of a time mastering it, if I'm to be honest. It's a tough beastie to master. But I am enjoying it, and I will grab it was called the Skullcracker. But the Schulglider is, it looks to be a lot of fun and challenging as heck. I can't even speak my own
Yankee
language.
Lima Echo Golf, traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 7 miles northwest, 1,600 feet inbound to land runway 18.
Okay. So we're just going to keep an eye out for sunny Leongatha. My guess is straight ahead, people, is a really amazing place down yonder. So down that way is Wilson's Promontory, the southernmost point of Australia, and it's wild and beautiful, and you cats have all seen the brochures and the documentaries, wallabies and kangaroos and koalas, and I think Cape Gander geese and all manner of super cool and gorgeous and cantankerous, constantly angry animals. But they are pretty darn beautiful indeed. Alright, so unless I'm mistaken, Leongatha should be paved. It should be, I should have done some homework on it, what Leongatha airfield actually looks like, but I've just not, because I'm lazy and arguably a little bit nuts. Yeah, Neofly. Okay, I'm going to say, I'm going to give this some serious thumbs up. I really dig it. Doesn't make it as gamey as it at all as I thought it might have done. It actually does add to the enjoyment factor many times over. And because we all love flight simming, it wouldn't matter what you plonk us in, we're going to try and take off in it and get about. And how cool does this look? People. Tell me. What a gorgeous simulator. Yeah, I mean, so if you haven't tried it and you're thinking of it, not that my opinion counts for much, I don't think, realistically, but I reckon give it a shot. I reckon you'll dig it. I know I am. Absolutely loving it. That's actually an interesting point. Is that Bass Strait down there, or does it fold to still be the Tasman Sea? I'm gonna venture a guess and say that's actually Bass Strait. So looking down at our 3 o'clock, that's Tasmania straight down there. A couple of 100 miles down south. Little island at the bottom of this big island that we know and love as Australia. And that will conclude another fine night's adventuring here in Microsoft Flight Simulator land. So what did we touch upon? Neofly? I can't even recall what we touched upon. I'm just making this shit up as I go along. That's alright. If you're listening to it, then more for you, you crazy youth of today. Just gonna kill out the throttle. Hold her off.
Transporter from dispatch. Nice landing. Go to the next parking and put your parking brake on.
I
I'll be in
will.
touch.
Thank you very much, lady with the microphone. Awesome person that thou art. Okay, so Neofly, yep, massive thumbs up. Aircraft wise, nothing new really. Hope you like this purple mood ring. I don't even know if this is a bloody, if this is a, should I just park in front of the gliders? Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? That'd be hilarious. I'm flying, liar, you're gonna laugh. Alright, let's just pull up in front of the farmers and say, hello farmer people, and I don't care. That's what we can say, because we are just devil may care individuals, and I like this patch of turf right here, so that's where we're staying. Alright, handbrake on.
Transporter from dispatch. Okay, nice job. Someone is coming to take the cargo. I'll call you when it's done.
You are far too considerate, young lady. Yeah, might have to bring the flaps up a bit. Oh, okay, pull the old barn doors down a bit, didn't we? Alright. Beautiful people. I'll probably make another video over the weekend. Hopefully in the beach. Because I'm a bit partial, in case I haven't made that abundantly clear, to taking that sucker up in the air. It's great. It's a great challenge. It's great looking. Aesthetically beautiful. Actually, the E10. Oh, that's what I can say, yeah. The E10, the Electra, has had an upgrade. What, I don't know, but I'm glad they're still upgrading it. I think it's also a very cool looking beastie. So thanks for joining me on the flight plan. Yeah, thanks for joining me on the flight plan, and we'll call it quits the moment she says I got paid. In the meantime, here's some music.
Transporter from dispatch. Cargo unloaded and checked. It is always a pleasure to work with you.
You smoothie. Back at you, kid. Alright, clan. Stay safe, stay sane. Have a grand weekend. Bye.